there, fight fans. Welcome back to another episode of the Ranch Boxing Podcast. Thanks for sticking with us because we got Adog back in the house this week. Don't worry about it, man. He's a trooper and he comes back. Like Rocky 2, the prodigal son has returned. He's back with us. How you doing, bro?
Oh, everything's good, man. It's always good to see you. Like I always say, man, it's great to be
Yeah,
here.
man. It's good to see you back, man. Doing the grind, back on the podcast, doing your thing, man. We all miss you here, man. People don't want to hear me rant, man. They don't want to hear me just go off on the mouth all day. I'm sure people last week were like, "Damn, dude, won't this dude shut up? This dude sucks." But it's all right, dude. I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad. You know what? It's all about getting better. We're trying to get better. I'm trying to get better. We're just doing this, man. This is the only place you guys can come for honest, real talk, UFC, combat sports, man. We don't sugarcoat it around here, okay, man? We're straight up with everybody. All right, we don't take feelings into account. Everything's 100% on. Do I try to sell you anything? Hell no, man. We're here. Only thing we sell are good fights, interesting fights. That's what we're here about for the love of the sport. You know what I'm saying?
Well, don't sell yourself too short, man. It was a good good podcast. Solo dolo, you did it right, man. Don't sell yourself short.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I try, man. Love talking about the game in here. Anyways, man, we did miss some of your opinions and your outlooks last week, but let's start off with the upcoming card this Saturday. It is, I want to say it's, T-Mobile Arena, Las
T-Mobile.
Vegas. They are ending their pay-per-view run on ESPN at T-Mobile Las Vegas. Very fitting. I do like it. And you know what, man? I'm looking forward to this card. The last card was a banger. I had a lot of fun on it. And then I think this one's low-key banger or low-key. It's a good card, man. And I think we're going to see a few things that maybe we're not expecting so much. All right, man?
I liked it, man. Yeah. Like you said, an end of I don't know if you want to say an era. ESPN, man. ESPN, I thought was great for the UFC. They did some amazing things, man. Really took it to the next level. So hopefully this new deal with Paramount just keeps it going, man, because like you said, a lot of stuff been going on in MMA, UFC. They need to reel it back in, and hopefully the start of January with that card it just catapults UFC even further, man, because the MMA is it's still brand new. They still got a lot of stuff to do. So let's see how Paramount does on their turn with the deal.
Yeah, man, I agree. I agree with you that I think people forget sometimes that UFC, mixed martial arts, as sports entertainment, it's a new thing. It's relatively new. Is it like 30, maybe 35 years? Something
Yeah.
like that? At least the numbered events. And you know what? There's plenty of time for it to get better, but they need to be careful because there's plenty of time for it to get worse and go the way of boxing. We don't want
Yeah.
that, man. And that's one thing I kind of want to get into it later with you about how matchmaking is made, done, and who they want in their organization. All right, man. So before we get to that drama and all that stuff, let's get to the fights, man. That's what we're here for. Let's get to the fights. And I want to start with the bottom of the main card, UFC 323. The main is going to be Merab Dvalishvili, the bantamweight champion, versus Petr Yan in a rematch. He's number 3. But let's start at the bottom here. At the bottom of the main card, we have a light heavyweight bout. The former light heavyweight champion, number 5, Jan Blachowicz, taking on Bogdan Guskov, number 11. And it looks here like Jan is a minus 120 favorite, plus 100 dog for Guskov, man. How do you see this fight going?
Good fight, man. Good fight. 2 bangers. Former champ, kind of on a rough streak. Jan Blachowicz is 1-3-1 in his last 5. Of course, he hasn't won since 2022, man. So he's dying for that win. Against Bogdan Guskov, who's on a kind of a different route. This is his 3rd fight in 2025. 3 finishes over good opponents. He knocked out Ryan Spann, and coming off in July off of a KO first round win over a name of Nikita Krylov. So Guskov, even though, like you said, when I hear his name, it doesn't ring a bell to me, But this guy seems like no pushover. He's 4-1 in his last five. He's 18-3 overall, and he's on the younger side, man. He's 33. Where
Okay.
Yambahovic, he's still a heavy hitter, but in this one, man, I got to go with the younger fighter with a better streak coming into this. So I'm going to take the slight underdog in Bogdan Guskov by a unanimous decision or a close unanimous decision win.
All right, man. Yeah, yeah. I can totally see that. So looking at Blahovic's last few fights, man, he's only fought like top-notch heavy guys. Olberg, Pereira had that draw with Ankalaev, and his last win, like you said, 2022 against Rakic, man. Dude, that is a rough row of fighters there for him. Yeah, he must be really trying to get that W these days. And Guskov, it looks like the only person he's lost to since 2023 is Volkan Ozdemir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Did Vulcan just win, or how did he just fought?
he did, dude. And he looked really good. That's what I was about to say.
He
He
did,
looked
right?
really
Okay,
good.
so yeah, he just Vulcan. That's a good fighter. He's fought for the belt against DC, so he's still in there.
Yeah. So his last loss was what 3 years ago, September of 2023, almost 2.5 years ago, and against a guy who's still very good. So yeah, I mean, I can see you picking the younger guy. I think this is probably going to be a pick 'em. For me, I'm gonna go with Blahovic because all that experience and all that top-notch competition lately, I mean, that could be his undoing because it just took it out of him, or maybe it helped him, and a guy like Guskov won't bring much for him. Um, I'm thinking Jan is gonna win this one because he's hungry for it. I think he has not another title run left in him, but I think he's got maybe a couple of. I don't think he's a gatekeeper just yet, and it looks like that might be what they're trying to do with him just a little bit. I'm not saying they're disrespecting him. He is where he is because he's lost a lot the last few. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm taking Blahovic in this one, man. But I can totally see your pick on this one.
awesome, awesome.
All right, man. Let's move on to the bantamweight bout. Number 10, the former champion Henry Cejudo, and I read this, and I don't know if it's true. He said that this is his retirement fight for sure. Win,
Yeah,
lose, or
that's what.
draw,
Yeah.
and
That's what I hear.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I saw, and I wasn't too sure about it, but he's going up against Peyton Talbot. Peyton Talbot, the highly touted, he was a blue chipper who had a little bit of a wake up call a couple of fights ago. Comes back and beats a guy that he was supposed to lose to. Seems like he was a blue chipper, lost. They kind of threw him to the wolves a little bit to a guy who was supposed to beat him. He beats that dude. I think his name was Lima, and now he's in a big fight on a pay per view main card against a former champion and Henry Cejudo. And although that seems like a huge step up for him, he is a minus 285 favorite, and Cejudo is a plus 230 dog. What do you think of this one, man? This one is a little. I was leaning Talbot, but dude, that's kind of big a favorite. What do you think?
Yeah, the odds are a little high. I definitely see and feel Peyton Talbot should be the favorite in this. He did have that hiccup, but I still see him as not the better fighter, but the fighter that's gonna win. It's just Cejudo. It's just, man, it's hard to look at Cejudo after he beat Dominic Cruz and went on that run to become Triple C, and has just dropped his last three fights, man, after losing to Aljamain and of course Merab, and then just on his comeback fight after that Merab fight, he losing to Song Yadong, who, he's Song Yadong's good, but it just shows, where Cejudo's career is going, man. I don't think he's up there with the upper echelon of fighters. And on the other side, you got Payne Talbot, who I think is projecting there now. That wake up call, like you said, he lost. He lost to someone who's Ronnie Barcelos. He was a huge favorite in that fight, and just unanimous decision got grinded out. Came back with a nice win at the UFC International Fight Week. He's 4 or 5 of his 4 of his last 5, and he just has almost a 7-inch reach advantage in this fight. So in this fight, I have to go and lay the chalk with Peyton Talbot. I just see Cejudo on the downwards of his career, and then Talbot uh going up, man. So I just see these guys on two different paths, and Talbot, I see him winning in a decision. I don't see him finishing Cejudo, who has, it's hard to finish him. He's been finished before, but I just see Peyton Talbot getting a hard, gritty win.
Right. Yeah. I see it the same way. I see Talbot winning this one. The only question is he going to win by unanimous decision or is he going to win by stoppage? I still think Henry Cejudo is too good to get stopped. I mean, he can, but it takes something special like a Demetrius Johnson type person to pull that off. And I think Henry Cejudo even went the full rounds with Merab when he fought him a little while ago. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Peyton Talbot. I think that that loss he had, the way he fought in that, it just seemed like it wasn't his night, or maybe he wasn't completely in training camp. I don't know which one it was, or maybe maybe he just had a bad night. But the last time he fought, he looked good. He looked ready. I like the haircut, and I think I think Henry Cejudo, who I'm sure he trains. He trains hard. He trains well. But it seems like him and Kamaru Usman have been doing more podcasts and training lately, and
Yeah.
and talking crap about Ariel Hawani and getting into beefs with him more so than thinking about Peyton Talbot. So and then there's the fact that he announced his retirement before the fight, and there's that old adage: if you're mentioning or talking about retirement, you've already retired in your mind.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
this may be his last hurrah, win, lose, or draw, and I just don't. I mean, he's going. The UFC isn't one to give you that cakewalk on the way out. I mean, I've seen it a little bit, but they don't really do it that often. So I see Peyton Talbot spanking Cejudo out the front
Nice.
door on his way
Wow.
to the uh to the Hall of Fame. Good for Cejudo, man. He was always he always seemed kind of whitey when he first started, and I was kind of like, oh man, when he was with Benavidez and they had their little beef. But he's growing on me. So yeah.
Yeah, I love his cringe, man. I love it.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
cringy, man.
he's a cringy fool, but it's like it's endearing at the same time. All right, so
Yeah.
we're in agreement with Peyton Talbot, but we still love Cejudo, man. And you know what? Maybe podcast is where he needs to be. I love the way he talks some crap. He's really grown in charisma since he first came onto the scene from the Olympics and all that, and he's had a great career. Win, lose, or draw.
Hall of Fame. Yep. Hall of
Yep.
Fame.
All right, man, let's move up to the flyweight division. We have a flyweight bout. Number 2, former champion again, Brandon Moreno versus number 5, Tatsuro Taira. And it seems like Brandon Moreno is a slight minus 102 favorite. Actually, no, here we go. It's a minus 102 and a minus 118 for Taira. What does that mean, man? I don't even know how to read that. That's
So
how
it's
much I
right
don't
there.
bet.
It's a pick 'em, but if you
Okay.
had to put a favorite, an underdog, Brandon Moreno is considered the underdog.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. And yeah, that's surprising to me, man. That people know who Tatsuro is, but Jesus, man, how do you Brandon Moreno, still a young 31, man. He's had two careers in his fight life. This guy has fought and fought, been regained the belt, lost it, had those wars with Davison, amazing fights, fought Pantoja. And this guy Chihara, the biggest guy he fought Royval. He lost in a split decision. It was a close fight, but I just don't see how Brandon Moreno coming off two wins off some well-known guys, Steve Erceg and Alabazi, who are no pushovers, man. These guys are still good. Steve Erceg still, is up there. So I'm not sure why Tatsuro is considered a slight favorite. I have to go with Brandon Moreno on this one, man. Just on the fact that his competition is just so much higher, man. They both fought Royval. They both lost to Royval to split decisions, but Tatsuro hasn't fought anyone else close to who Brandon has fought. So I'm gonna take Brandon in a good fought hard match to a unanimous decision.
All right. Yeah, man. I Like, I agree, great minds think alike. I think almost the same thing, man. So you got Brandon Moreno since 2023. He lost his title to Pantoja. This was after the whole big old episodes with Davison Figueiredo. And then he
Yeah.
goes against Pantoja, having already lost to Pantoja before. I actually think he beat Pantoja in that
And
fight.
that, yeah,
In that
yeah,
so then he fights Roy Val, loses to Roy Val, even though it was a split decision for Roy Val. I actually agreed with that. I did think Roy Val edged him. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but I don't think it was so much Roy Val who won that as it was Figueiredo and Pantoja who won that for Roy Val. I think he was tired. I think it was he had taken elite after elite after elite,
yeah.
and then here
I
comes in
agree.
Roy Val, and like he I don't think he's better than Moreno. I think he caught him on the time where he probably wasn't 100%. He may have felt 100, but I don't think he was. Take some time off, from February to November, and then I think he was really busy for a few years.
Oh man,
And
he was fighting a lot, man. He was fighting a
right.
lot.
So he was super busy for a lot of years, and then he takes a little bit of a break from February 2024 to November of 2024, fights Albazi, and actually I was like, dude, I don't know about this fight. And although it was a unanimous decision over 5, dude, he smoked Albazi,
He smoked
smoked
out
him,
Bosby, beat him
smoked
down.
him.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Comes back, fights an awkward fighter like Urseg, and is able to take care of him. I was worried about that one too. I think he's at least somewhat back to his form, and I don't think he's gonna have much problem with Tatsuro Taira. I can't decide whether it's gonna end by submission or by
really.
knockout. I think it's gonna end by
Wow.
some sort of like not so much a ground and pound, but like just endless punches raining down on Taira. And I see Brandon Moreno getting this one and probably getting ready for another showdown with Pantoja.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. And so saying that, that leads on to our next one, man. Saying
Yep.
that he's gonna fight Pantone. Yeah, yeah, I agree, man. Brennan Moreno just too good. I like that he's taking some time. So hopefully he's rejuvenated and like you say, going for that third uh regain. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be a story, man. A three-time champion if you could actually pull that off. That's a hard thing to do. Getting it twice. Getting it for one time is one thing,
Yeah,
two, and then three, that's crazy, man. But he's still young. So we'll see.
he's still young, man. Yeah, when I looked at his age, I was like, wow.
Yeah. He was a young kid when he first started in the Contender.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, it
He
wasn't
got
the
cut.
Contender. It was the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, and then he got cut, and then came
Yeah,
back.
then he got cut by UFC. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with it. We'll see how much Brandon Moreno has left. He may be young in years. He does have a lot of miles. We'll see if he still has that tread, and then we'll see what Tyra does yeah, against him. Yeah, that's a. I can't believe he's at least even a slight favorite.
yeah.
So that leads us to our next bout. It's a co-main event. It is a title fight, flyweight title bout. The champion Alexandre Pantoja versus young newcomer, just super young. I'm not gonna call him green, but he is. You don't know who he is. Number one ranked Joshua Van, and Pantoja is a minus 238 favorite. Van is a plus 195 underdog. I think that's appropriate. I would say I even lean more towards Pantoja in this one. What do you think of this fight? Is Van ready, man?
Man, I'm having a hard time remembering the last time Van fought. I had the pleasure of watching it with you. This guy busted
Yeah.
my parlay, man. This guy busted me up. I'm still mad, but he stepped in on that Royval fight, I believe. He stepped in. God, I can't remember who Royval was supposed to fight, and he won the fight. He won the fight. It was close. Royval. I don't know what happened to Royval that fight, but it was good. It was good. But Pantoja, he fought the same night, had a finish, looked good. And this guy Pantoja is just gonna keep going, man. I just see him not being stopped by anyone, man. And Josh Van has a good story. Almost met the cutoff to that John Jones, youngest champion. He's over now, so that would have been a good headline, but that's not happening anymore. But I just see Josh Van getting put up there much too fast, man. He's I don't think he's ready. I think he's gonna get stopped in the first 3 rounds, and Pantoja's gonna just keep cruising through that division and continue to wipe it out, man. I don't see Josh Van having anything for Pantoja.
Yeah, I tend to think that if the flyweight division wasn't so thin right now, Joshua Van wouldn't be anywhere near this title shot. Brandon Moreno cleaned out a lot of people. Davison moved up, and Pantoja's been on a tear as well, taking care of anybody who dares comes up to challenge him, which made way for a guy like Joshua Van. And this is a blessing and a curse at the same time. You're getting pushed, and maybe in a lesser champion at the time. If it was a lesser champion, I would say maybe he has a chance, or maybe an older champion. But Pantoja is not it, and not only that, man, he is on fire. He's red hot right now. It doesn't seem like he's anybody can stop him. Every fight, he looks like he's getting better, and it's going to be a tough night for Joshua Van. And Van has lost, man. He lost to Charles Johnson, and Charles Johnson, I think he's very underrated.
Yeah,
That's and and I know Charles Johnson is fighting soon. I think next month. But anyway, Joshua Van, he got pushed up. I think they're looking for new blood, new faces. He's young, and man, I heard him in an interview this week, man. And he seemed, very like not I want to say lethargic, but he just seemed kind of like very relaxed, like it wasn't a big deal and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. I sometimes I take that as maybe you're not realizing what this really is. And I don't want you to be a deer in the headlights the day of the fight or as you're walking out. I mean, that's like
Th-
I guess like I said, that could be a good thing and a bad thing.
yeah, we'll see, man. Well, he's of his last 14, he's 13-1, man. I don't think the lights are too big or too bright for him. But Royval's a good fighter. I love Royval. He's actually my favorite flyweight. But I don't. Pantoja is making his fifth defense, and he just seems like he's just. I don't know, man. He's just a new fighter. He just seems crazy now. He's just finishing people. He's mean now. Like he's taking for what taking what he deserves and just being mean about it. And I think that's what's got him to the next level, man. He don't care. He's talking crap. He knows he's the best. He believes it, and I think he's just gonna show it and give another reason on Saturday night, man. I just see this one finishing in under three rounds, man.
Yeah, I see a stoppage as well. I Pantoja, like you said, as soon as he became champion, he got deep enough into the UFC where he didn't have to do the Uber Eats anymore. He started trading, and he was lighting it up. And I agree. Pantoja's been in the UFC long enough that he can talk a little bit of crap. Now he's been nice guy long enough. If you
Yeah,
want to talk a little bit of crap, if you want to get a little Henry Cejudo, a little Triple C, go ahead and do that, man. You earned it. And you know what? Let's start making these fights compelling. You know, if this
fun.
young guy wants to get in there with you, let's start making it exciting.
Yeah,
So yeah, I see a stoppage. I see a stoppage.
nah,
Same
yeah,
thing.
definitely 100%.
And that
Yeah.
that would be great if Moreno can stop his guy and Pantoja can stop his guy. Then you got two stoppages, and then I mean they got to meet again, and I think that'd be that's the fight to make, even though they've already fought before. Oh well, man, and Brandon Moreno's used to the reruns. Let's do it.
Did Brandon beat him in that Ultimate Fighter?
No, he never
Brandon,
beat him. But
so he's
Brandon,
0-2.
oh yeah, and I
Okay.
think it was close the first time in the Ultimate Fighter. But it was yeah, no, Pantoja won the Ultimate Fighter, I
Oh,
believe.
okay. Okay.
I think he won it. I'm pretty sure he did. That was a long time ago. Anyways,
Yeah.
um, let's move on to the main event, the bantamweight title bout. The champion Merab Devalishvili, a minus 485 favorite versus the former bantamweight champion, number 3, Piotr Yan. This is a rematch, and this is for 4 title defenses. This is the 4th title defense of the year. I don't know if that's been done before, but
Never.
that's what we got here, man. How do you see this fight going? This is a rematch. What do you think?
Yeah. 4 in a year, fifth total defense. Um, Man, Merab. we see him as an active fighter. But this guy's only had not only, but he's only had 8 fights since 2021. 5 of those are from 2024. So this guy's just upped it when he started eyeing the title, and then when he captured the title. So 8 fights in 2021 is not bad, but when we say he's active, I wouldn't consider that super active. Now, in the last 2 years, he's been very active, which has made him more appealing. I used to dread watching Merab in pay-per-views. I'd be like, damn, man, again? Just like, a second Bilal. Him and Bilal would always, when I saw him on cards, man, oh man, I would just be like, why? But um my mind's changed. I'm on the wagon. I love Merab. This guy hasn't lost since 2018. And like you said, a rematch with Peter Yan, who his last loss was to Merab in 2023. He's racked up 3 wins since then. But I just see Merab being the one, he's still uh putting his stamp on the division, maybe running, starting with it, running through it twice now, to really show and cement his name as the best bantamweight of all time. Um, so with this one, I'm leaning towards a 5 round fight, but I'm gonna have to side with the champion, and for him to make that history, the fourth defense in 1 year.
All right, man. And you know what? I got to right a little bit of wrong here. In the previous podcast, I said that Merab and Piotr Jan went 3 rounds. It was actually 5. And yeah, my bad. I messed that one up. I knew I messed that one up. So sorry about that. It was a 5 round unanimous decision. It was a 5 round fight. Oh, all right, man. Here we go. Strap in, dog. Strap in. Okay. Because
Let's get it.
I threw a post. I forget if it was Instagram or Facebook. I don't know. I was at work and I threw this post, and people talking about fourth defense, Merab, blah blah blah. Anyway, someone threw about, and I posted. I don't know. I go. Piotr Jan might be able to catch him. I don't think he's better than Merab, but 4 defenses in 1 year, and yeah, he hasn't been active for his whole career, but he's been an active champion. Ever since he
Acting
beat
champion.
O'Malley, he has been an active champion. 4 defenses, 1 year. None of them none of them were like a gold watch fight. None of them were against some guy that didn't really deserve it, who was like lower in the rankings, or so he's fought the best
Yes.
for his defenses. So it's not like he's not fighting the best they have to offer. Come in Piotr Jan about 2.5 years, 3 years since their last fight, when Piotr Jan was on a little bit of a skid. Okay, look, people, and then that post I put on, people they were annihilating me. They were dropping bombs on me, man. They were saying I was stupid. It was a dumb take. This is idiotic. You don't know nothing. They were calling me a casual. All kinds of. I mean, I was getting it left and right, dog. I was taking shots in there. Man, like Apollo Creed and Rocky Four. Dude, it was bad. So I don't fight back. I just post and goes, but I did see what they were saying. It was funny. But here, let me explain myself, man. Let me explain myself. It happens to the best of them. I'm not, I can't be sure what happened to the best of them, but I see these signs. Israel Adesanya, active champion. What happened? He loses to a guy he probably should have won against Strickland, even though I like Strickland. I liked him in the fight, but he lost, and then he kind of fell off a little bit. Being an active champion takes its tolls, and I said this. It's not just the fights, it's the training camps. And I know everyone thinks he's a machine and that's his name, but it takes a toll, and you may not know it, but it's happening. It happened to I think it happened to him, Izzy. I think it happened to Pajeda, and you saw what happened to him. He he's an active champion. He's fighting everybody. Falls off, loses to Ankalaev, then comes back and beats him easily. It does happen, and I've seen it with all kinds of fighters, not just in the UFC, but I've seen it where you're just active, you're taking on opponent after opponent, and then you lose some guy you should have beat. Piotr Jan is not a pushover. He's a good fighter. He's a former champion. I think he's gonna catch Merab on a
Wow.
bad night, and Merab's gonna be like, I don't understand what's happening. Why can't I do what I'm trying to do? And I just think the camps take their toll on a fighter. And as much as Merab wants to believe he's a machine, and as much as he acts like a machine, I see Piotr Jan edging Merab in an upset to end the ages here. I think it's going to be an upset, and I think Piotr Jan's going to become a two-time champion. And I mean, I probably see Merab getting a shot back in a few months and beating him, but it's until then. I don't know what it is, man. I feel it. I
Wow.
going through camps is tough. So I'm gonna take Piotr Jan in a like a 3-2 decision. Very close, maybe even split. And I can see a lot of people being like, Merab won the fight. You're not right. Merab won the fight. He beat him. He beat him 4 rounds to 1. And I can see it already, man. But it shouldn't even be that close. So I got Jan winning. Maybe even if it might even be a little contested. There it is, man. The upset
Wow.
special. I'm calling
Wow,
it in.
Matt. I know you don't drink, man, but I want to know what's in your drink right now,
Yeah, oh yeah,
because
man.
that is that is crazy. Because like man, Merab has just gone to another level since beating Peter Yan. That's when I think he started getting more exciting. And like you said, has had murder. He has only fought the most deserving contenders, and dusted all of them. Sandehagen, uh, O'Malley twice, and Umar I hate Nurmagomedov
Yeah,
beat him. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. This guy Jan's coming off, who's not a bad McGee, um, and then he beat Figgy. But these guys are on the downside. I believe
yeah.
Figgy on that loss. But so yeah, man, I need someone to check your cup, because I believe Morales just gonna roll over this guy easily, easily.
All right. I'm gonna eat that crow, man. If it comes my way, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. But dude, can you believe? You better believe I'm gonna dig up that post I did, dog. I'm gonna dig up that post and start talking smack to anybody online that thought they could just call me out on social media like that. What a bunch of jerks, dog. I mean, it's my opinion. What about they
Yeah,
just?
that's good.
I'll be all there just talking smack on those
Yeah.
fools.
Peter Young's tough, man. He's tough and younger, so it's a good fight, man. I think he's deserving of it. Getting the shot. So this is
Yeah,
why we watch. This is why we watch. So we'll see. But man, I just see Merab, man. He's crazy.
I was gonna ask you if you thought Piotr Jan deserved this fight, even though
Yeah,
it was Merab that was calling for this. Like, I want to fight again, and there wasn't. It was hard to get somebody else in there. Do you think Piotr Jan is deserving of it? Because some people were saying like, he's washed.
he's not washed at all, man. He's former champ. He's 3 wins in a row. He's good, man. And like you said, Merab lapping the his division again. So it's good, man. I like it. I like it. And if he,
Yeah,
like you said, he beats him, uh, that sets up for a good trilogy, man. That sets up for a good trilogy, because I do believe Marab has done more than enough to get an immediate rematch and bounce back fight to if he does, and somehow lose.
yeah. I think it's gonna be a lot like that Brandon Moreno Royval fight where Royval beat Moreno, and maybe it wasn't so much Royval that won, it was the activity, and maybe that'll happen here. I'm just feeling it. I don't know. We'll see, but it's a good. That's gonna make everything so much more interesting for me on this card. Let's look at some of the prelims if you're ready to go, man. Let's look at a little bit of the
Yeah,
prelims here. We're gonna start with Edson Barboza, lightweight bout here. Edson Barboza, the veteran, versus Jalen Turner. I'm sorry, did I say this is a lightweight bout? And Edson Barboza is a plus 210 underdog. Jalen Turner, a minus 258 favorite. What do you see in this one?
man, this one was a tough one. Edson Barbosa, 39. I wouldn't call him a legend, but I love him, man. Guy was exciting. Guy's still exciting. He's coming off 2 tough losses, man. Jalen Turner, man, I really had high hopes for this guy. He has lost 4 of his last 5 fights and only beaten
Damn.
Bobby Green, man. And he's been finished the last 2 uh, against that crazy fight. You have to, it was one of your favorite fights against Moicano.
Yeah.
Um, but he's lost, man. He's fought some tough guys, but like you said, that you're referring to when you're talking about retirement, this guy was saying he's done. He's not. He's done with fighting after his loss to Bahamundes. He was talking about not fighting no more. He doesn't have. He doesn't like doing it. You know, whatever you say after a loss. So who knows? Who knows how this guy's feeling? He's back in there against a game Barbosa, man. You know, Barbosa is always game. You know, the biggest thing with Barbosa, I just don't think he can take shots. You know, when he gets hit in his stomach area, in his stern, I don't know. Lately, it just seems like it just hurts him more than it should. So with this one, I was back and forth, but I'm gonna have to go with the younger fighter, Jalen Turner, on a bounce back fight and lay the chalk with him. And I almost took Barbosa, but I like Jalen Turner in this one.
Yeah, man, it's this is a tough fight for Barboza because Jalen Turner is one of those guys who has all the tools. He has the physique. It's just his head sometimes. Like, is his head
Yeah,
in it? Is he retire? You got one guy who won't retire, and then you got one guy here who's retiring early, like every fight. Yeah, Moicano's
yeah,
tough, man, and Bahamondes is really tough. So
yeah,
there's no shame in losing to those guys if you did your best. I just don't think he's done his best, and not just because he lost, but it's just the way he loses. It's crazy, man. It's like Edson Barboza's got heart. Does he have the tools? Jalen Turner has the tools, but does he have the heart? I don't know. We got two contrasting fighters here,
yeah.
and you don't know which one is going to show up. As far as at least Jalen Turner, his his destiny is in his hands. He can get his head right. Once in Barboza's case, if his physical attributes are finished, then he can't do anything about that. When you're done, you're done. As much as you want to keep going, you can't do it anymore, man. It's just not. It's like John Elway when he retired. He was like, he started crying. He's like, I just can't do it anymore. Because
Yeah,
I mean, it sucks, man. I feel you. Getting older, having that wear. Yeah, it's depressing, man. But you want to keep going. He probably feels great, and everyone feels great till that first hit, man.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, this is a tough one. Like Marcellus Wallace said, man, boxers or fighters don't have an old timers day, and they're not giving him any breaks. I see Jalen Turner taking it to Barboza, and I mean, even if it's lands by accident, Jalen Turner has the tools to at least land something shots, and that Barboza probably could have taken back in the day. He just can't anymore. It's too bad. I mean, I probably want Barboza to win just cause, but yeah, Jalen Turner still has the tools, man. I mean, he's younger and he's explosive when he wants to be. So I got you too, Jalen Turner. I think he'll catch him, and he'll probably get stopped in somehow.
yeah. I believe so.
All right, man. Let's move forward. The women's flyweight bout, Macy Barber.
Yes, sir.
All right, number 5, Macy Barber. Or should I call her the great Barbini because she with her her disappearing act last time, man.
Jeez.
Let's see if she reappears like Copperfield, man. She's taking on number 9, Karine Sylvan. I don't have any odds here, man. Like her, they in the thin air, man. Like a fart. They just evaporated.
To
Yeah.
find a win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh yeah. Good fight, man. I'm excited to see her, man. Geez, it's hard to say that Macy Barber's 6-0 in their last six since 2021. I don't have too much information or really uh have a standout memory of Karine Silva, but she's 6-1 in the UFC, man. Has fought in a couple names. Macy Barber obviously has the better resume. This one was a toss up as well, man. But I'm gonna just go with Macy Barber on the fact that she is the one that's supposed to be in the headlines, the more known fighter, and she is supposed to win this fight, man, to continue her, her path. People saw her as a champion, and she needs to right that wrong. Who knows what happened? She's a fighter. Something really bad has to happen for you not to walk out on. I don't even know if it's the 11th hour, man. It's later than that because it was walkout time. So I think she's hungry for a fight. I think she's ready to get back. And hopefully, man, she doesn't stink up the place and she puts on a good show so people can forget about that Blanchfield fight, because we already know what, Aaron Blanchfield may be looking at a title fight now, and if Macy would have beat her that night, who we could have
Yeah.
been talking different things. So I'm looking for Macy Barber to win, make it exciting, and who knows? What if Aaron Blanchfield wins, Macy Barber wins, and when we see him fighting for a belt, you know, later next year, and getting that fight back, because I would still like to see that fight, man.
Yeah, so would I. I know I just did, but I please don't take me serious, and not like she'll ever see this show anyways. But don't anybody who does see this, don't take me serious. I'm not trying to talk too much crap about Macy Barber. She's a fighter. She does this. This is her career. I understand. It was probably something pretty serious last time. All right. I'm just poking a little bit of fun, having fun with the audience here. All right, yeah. Macy Barber. I saw like a quick picture of her. Now she looked, at least the picture made it look like she was in a decent place. She didn't look like she was reeling from anything that happened. I still don't know what occurred. I To me it doesn't really matter as far as like, if she has something wrong with her, I hope she got better. If she still has things going on, I hope she's working that out. She is a fighter. I do like Macy Barber in this. I wish we did see that Blanchfield fight. I know she is coming off like 6 straight wins, yeah, I see her winning this fight. As much as I'm talking crap here, I think she's good to go, and I like when she's on it. I like her fighting style. I like how she gets into it. She's very, she can be aggressive and technical at the same time. But yeah, I mean, as much as I just like talking a little bit sometimes. I do have her winning this fight. I hope she does, and I hope she is comes back to form, and I hope she makes a run, and fulfills her potential. She's gonna have to do something special. I think she's hungry for it. I think she's gonna do something special. I think she wants to do something special, and she probably has to do a little bit special to, make it look like she can, like she deserves to go up against someone like Valentina or even Blanchfield, because those ladies are very serious and they've looked dominant as
Yeah.
of late. Yeah, man. Okay, good, good, good. So good luck to Macy Barber. I already feel bad for talking crap, man. I'm just look at that.
No, man, she's a
All right.
fighter. These, it's just, yeah, like you
Yeah,
said, man. Hopefully, she comes out hungry, because she
yeah,
was right there neck and neck with these girls, and now these girls are passing her up. They're in the light now, and so I'm sure she wants it.
yeah, yeah. Good. Go out there and make something happen. Put your
Yeah.
career into your own hands. All right. The featured fight on the prelims: lightweight bout number 13, Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres, and it looks like Grant Dawson is a minus 205 favorite, a plus 170 dog for Manuel Torres. What do you see in this fight?
Oh, man, this is a good one. This is a good one. I think this one, just because Jan Blachowicz is a big name, I think this one should have been on the to start the main card, and Jan should have been the main event for the prelims, man. This is a banger. Pretty even fight. Grant Dawson, 23-2. Manuel Torres, 16-3. Grant Dawson is 15-1 in his last 16, only losing to that fluke. I don't think it would happen ever again. This guy's beating Bobby Green 10 out of 10 times. I don't know how Bobby Green pulled that upset off. That was crazy. Um, Manuel Torres coming off a big win, who, a no name, Drew Dober. He's 7-1
Yeah.
in his last 8. He lost to, he's fought Bahamundes. He's fought some guys, but he just knocked out Drew Dober, he's good, but he doesn't get knocked out, man. So this guy obviously has some power. This was tough, man. But I like Grant Dawson. He kind of reminds me of Joe Pyfer, man. He really
Yeah.
does. He does. I think this guy's got sky's the limit for this guy. This kid he's good. He's getting into his prime at 30 years old. Um, and I just see this being a banger, man. It's gonna really lead into that main card, 5 card fight. The main card, I'm sorry. But I got Grant Dawson winning and possibly a KO or just a tough, gritty back and forth fight, man. Someone might he might catch him, but I don't see him losing, and I have Grant Dawson in this one.
Yeah, that's a good outlook on this fight, man. And when I was reviewing this, because I did say that, I think Grant Dawson's the one that lost to Bobby Green in that one fight that I thought Dawson, he looked like he was gonna run over Bobby Green. And at that time I was like,
Crazy.
oh come on, Bobby, because Bobby Green is from Fontana. And I was like, oh yeah, let's go, Fontucky, let's go.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he pulled that off, and that was crazy. And I was like, oh man, who's this dude? Anyways, when I was reviewing this, I saw Manuel Torres. I saw that he did lose to Bahamundes. He lost to Bahamundes, then he beat Dober, and that's not easy to do. Dober always game, and it looks like he took care of Dober pretty easily. But you know what? Here's the fight that got me on Grant Dawson and completely convinced me that Grant Dawson is going to win this, and convinced me that that Bobby Green was just an anomaly, and that can happen to, it happens to the best fighters, it happens to anybody, it happened to Talbot. And I think it's good sometimes that young fighters, take that L somewhere in there, get some refocus. But it was a fight in October of 2024 against Rafa Garcia, and he knocked him out in round 2. And dude, Rafa Garcia is no joke. And if you can knock out Rafa Garcia, I'm gonna ride with you, man. And I agree, man. This probably should have been the first fight on the main, but it's a good spot as far as being the featured on the prelim.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go
yeah.
with Grant Dawson too, and I think I'm gonna take him by stoppage. Sounds right to me. But yeah, I think Grant Dawson, he can start making a little bit of noise in the lightweight division, which has a lot of people in there clamoring for title fights with Taporia on leave
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever. He has his things going on, and so it's gonna there's some instability there at the moment. All right, man. So that finishes that's all we're gonna cover for UFC 323. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna move on to some of the things that are happening in the rankings, welterweight and the lightweight divisions. So we'll come back to that after a quick break. All right, we're back here on the Ranch Boxing Podcast, UFC edition, Adog's picks, and we're gonna get into the welterweight and the lightweight division. We're gonna start off with the welterweight division and all the drama and all the talk about what's to come of the welterweight division. Probably the deepest division in all of the UFC. All right, man. You saw what happened in UFC 322 and what happened with Machado Gary and Bilal Muhammad in their fight. So now Islam Makhachev is the champ. He's the double champ. He's the king of the UFC right now, it seems. And you've got at least 7, maybe 8 guys who are ready to take him on. After everything that happened, man, JDM, Jack Della Maddalena loses. Machado Gary wins. Shavkat's coming back. Michael Morales beats Sean Brady. Bilal Muhammad loses to Machado Gary. Carlos Prates beats Sean Brady. I'm sorry, Carlos Prates beats
Leon Edwards.
Leon
Leon.
Edwards. And then waiting in the wings is rumors of a Kamaru Usman. What do you want to happen? What do you think the UFC is gonna do here, man?
What I feel as I think Ian Machado Gary, he did lose, but I think he's made his way up and is deserving of that title shot. He's next only because Shavkat is hurt. I still wouldn't give Shavkat if he came back and he could fight. He would be able to fight when Islam was. I still wouldn't give him the. He's been out too long, man. I think he's lost it. He needs to get one fight in. I thought you made a great point with Kamaru Usman. Why are you giving this guy? Why is there even talks of him being given a title shot? You hit it on the head where he needs to give him a fight that gives him that contender spot. You can't just give this guy. He's at number. If he was in the top 5 maybe, and if Islam had beaten those other 3 or 4 guys, but this guy's at number 8, man, and hasn't fought. I understand he's a champion. He did great things for being an African champion, but come on, man, this is still a business, and there is an abundance of contenders waiting in the wings, ready for that title shot. But right now, Ian Machado Gary should be next, and well deserving, man, well deserving. And I don't know that your boy. I don't know if you probably have more information. When do we hear that Shavkat may be back? Is there any timeline?
I heard February he was on Helwani. He was on with Ariel Helwani, and I heard he said he's ready to go. I'm hearing like February.
Okay, 2 months. Yeah, and who do you feel? Who are they going to give him?
I don't know who they're gonna give him, man. Really, actually, I think I like Shavkat. I think, like I said this last week. If you want to hear what I said, go back and listen to that episode. But real quick, I think he is the one. I think he has the best shot of beating Islam. That doesn't mean he needs to be getting in there right away. I think Machado Gary, having lost to Shavkat, going on a win, I think he's deserving of it. People can talk all the crap they want, whatever. Dude, the dude has come to bat for the UFC, and you know what? If you want dedicated athletes in your organization, you gotta you gotta pay the favors back sometimes. And I think Machado Gary is good for that. Shavkat, I think he should take one more fight, and it can be against any of these guys. You want to come back and make sure you're not gun shy from that injury. And I don't know how bad it was, but he was out a year. So I mean, what kind of injury
It's been
keeps
a
you out a
long
year?
time, man.
Yeah, it's been
It's
a
been a
whole
long
year.
time.
So
Been a
you
long
get yourself
time.
back, get into some competition. Maybe if they allow you, take on someone like Buckley. You know, take on Buckley. If you can, get Kamaru Usman. If you have a problem with Usman, then you're not going to last against Islam. So get yourself right. I actually think it's better for Shavkat to not get the title shot. I think it's better. I think it makes it gives him some work before he actually has to take on someone like Islam. It's not like he's going in to fight JDM for the title. If that was the case, I'd say go ahead, be first. But in this case, no, man. And not only that, man. Ian Machado Gary, he's doing his thing online on
Yeah,
social media. He's calling him
he's
out. He's
selling. Yeah,
causing drama, slapping up Chimaev on the back. Giving him the back slap, trying to act like he didn't do that on purpose.
and he's
We know
blaming
it.
him. Yeah, he's blaming him, man. He's big shit.
Yeah, dude's just being he's just causing not problems. I mean, it's fun. And he was just like, I know what he was doing, man. I kind of agree with Chimaev, but Chimaev was he bet on that bait, man. It was funny. Hey, man, but that's what gets people. You butts in the buckets, asses in the seats. So yeah, man,
Yeah,
that's what I see, and I think. Do you think Machado Gary has zero chance of beating Islam? I don't think so. I think he has a chance.
yeah. Man, Islam looked good, man. I wasn't really too impressed with Ian Machado Gary against Bilal. I don't know, man. I'm just not. Believe he deserves the title. He's done what he's more than anyone in the division right now. But I just don't see anything for Islam, man. What I do see, man, God, I wish they would make a tournament style, not like two fights in one night, but take these top 8 guys, have them fight on the same card. There could be so many fights right here, man. When Shavkat comes back, I believe, if he wants to jump right in, get that fight with JDM. If
Yeah,
JDM wants to show that he's still on top and it wasn't a fluke, he fought Islam. And if he beats Shavkat, that shows that, he's a player.
hundred
So
percent.
yeah, there's so many fights, man. I think this would be the perfect time to get a tournament style. I don't know how that slander you give to Michael Morales, how he needs to be slowed down and maybe they need to pump his brakes. This kid's ready, man. How do you what was Sean Brady's rank when he knocked him out? 2 or 1?
I think it was. I think it was one.
How do you slow down? What do you do from that after
It's
you
not
knock out
that,
the?
man. I saw flaws in his game. He's winging shots like anybody. If you are a really good striker where you have strikes in your muscle memory, that's something you can. It's in your muscle memory. You don't even need the energy. You just see it and you shoot it real quick. He was susceptible. He hurt him and he
I
kept
agree.
winging shots, dude.
I
I got
agree.
scared. I'm telling you, man. I
I
like
agree.
Michael Morales. I think he's good, but dude, like, it's a blessing and a curse to be that good sometimes. I mean, if he wants to lose, go ahead and then come back. That's fine. But I'm trying to keep him undefeated. As far as like,
Yeah,
I'm trying to give him the advice.
and I want to see him against. He can fight JD. I want to see him against a wrestler, man. I want to see him fight Bilal, maybe. or maybe fight JDM. He did, Sean Brady's a good wrestler. He just got caught. He didn't have
Yeah.
chance or time to, show, expose him. But there's a lot of questions with Michael Morales. Is like you said, hopefully he's training and not falling in love with the KO and his hands. And who knows, man? Who knows if he fights, gets in there with a good wrestler like Bilal or even JD or somebody, if he'll be exposed.
Yeah, I'd just rather not see him against Prates right now because I think those guys are young, and I think if you're trying to build your division a little bit, and if you're playing the long game for the UFC, that's me being a fanager, not so much being just a fan. If I was a fan, I want to see all the banging, but in that case, man, it's just kind of like I don't know. I don't want to sacrifice one of my young heavy hitters. I want to keep them, especially because people talk crap about Islam and oh, he's boring, this, and this. And it's kind of like, dude, if they're thinking that, you want to keep some of these exciting guys in the
Yeah,
mix. That's just me. That's just me kind of like trying to play the long game. I'm like China, man, playing the long game for world
yeah.
domination.
If you can build them both up to be contenders, you don't want them taking each other out.
Yeah. The only time I'd want to see Prates versus Morales is if it was for a title or if it was for a title shot.
Yeah,
Then yeah, then there's nothing yeah. All right, man. So let's move on for hopefully they I haven't heard any news yet about what's to come from Islam. The only thing I did hear was that Kamar Usman thing. And I think Kamar Usman got he's done some favors for the UFC. He's been a good soldier, but he did get a little bit of favoritism, or he got what he deserved when he got his immediate shot against Leon in the rematch. He was a good champion. He lost to Leon in a fight he probably should have won, and then he comes back and loses to Leon again. So he got that. He got something. He took Chimaev on at middleweight on short notice. Good for him. I'm not saying we're not appreciative. I'm just saying I don't know. This is a bit too much. A
yeah.
little bit too much of a favor. All right, man. So there was the news, and it's pretty well known now that Ilya Taporia, he's stepping away from the sport. I don't know how long he's going to be. He said the first quarter of 2026, so we may see him in the summer. I don't know how ugly this divorce, and then that's what I saw. That's what I heard. I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty clear that that's what's going on with him. So he's out for a little bit. He never said anything about what the UFC was going to do. The UFC is the one that said that they're going to create an interim championship fight, and no one even knew who Taporia was going to fight. All of a sudden, you had Justin Gaethje saying, "I want a title fight, or I'm going to retire," and then Taporia is now he's out. Paddy Pimblett was talking crap with Taporia. It seemed like they were setting us up for that fight, but now what do we have? We have the first card of 2020, or the first card of 2026 pay-per-view. I'm sorry, not pay-per-view, but main numbered card on Paramount Plus. Um, and it's going to be Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje for the interim lightweight title. So let's talk about that first before we talk about kind of like that card a little bit. What do you think of that, man? What do you think of the whole thing, Taporia and the Gaethje Pimblett stuff?
Man, I feel bad for Taporia, man. You work your whole life. I turned into a Taporia fan. I didn't like him at first, but he's the real deal, man. He could be on his way to GOAT status, man. He's got that. He's got it, man. He talks smack and shows up. He ran, you did that double champ pretty fast, man. So I like
Yeah.
him, and it's sad, man. I hope he doesn't take too long to get back or gets held up, man, with this divorce, and just counts his losses. It's hard to say when you got kids, but he seemed like the family man. So who knows, man, how much is this going to affect him? So we'll see, man. It's just fighting, so we'll see, man, if he can get his personal life in line and just come back even stronger. But as far, when I saw this fight announcement, I was happy for you, man. I know how much you love Justin Gaethje, and this has to be his last hoorah, man.
This
If
is
he
it.
doesn't do it,
This is it.
this is it. This is it,
This
man. And
He's cashing in all the favors.
yeah, this is it. And he is well deserving. Um, he's won some big fights. Getting it at, he's still at number 4. He's hovered. He's always been in the top 5. So I think it's deserved. The big thing is Paddy Pimblett. That was shocking. It wasn't shocking to see Gaethje getting the nod. But for Patty Pimblett to jump in there for an interim belt, that was shocking, man. And but I see why. I see why. He's got a huge following, man. And it's the beginning of the Paramount go. So they want all eyes on that, right away out the gates, viewers, and hopefully they can just keep going after that UFC event. And if he wins, that'd be crazy because Patty Fleming could turn into a household name too. I don't know how he's looked good, man. I just don't like his fighting style, man. I don't like his fighting style, and I think Justin Gaethje's gonna show him that there is still levels to this. And Patty Fleming can one day be a champion, but I just don't think he's there yet. I think they're making a big deal with his Michael Chandler win, but Jesus, Michael Chandler. I don't know what happened after he came back into the UFC. He just got lucky with that Dan Hooker fight, and then it had
Yeah.
just snowballed after that, man. So I see Justin Gaethje putting it on him and knocking him out, man, finishing him.
Ooh. Okay. Well, we'll get
Yeah,
more into that when we get that because that
yeah,
card's deep into next month. And if you want to change your
yeah,
mind before that, that's fine. But you know what? What I really wanted to ask you about too is the guy who's outside freezing his ass off, Armin Sarukian. That because he's on the outside looking in. And
yeah.
what's up with Armin, man? I know he can be some kind of way sometimes. I don't think you would disagree. The dude can fight. He is ranked number one. He's the one left out in the cold, man. He's out there with a can of beans, out of a can, and everybody else is having, fat hams inside, just, living it up in the fat house. What's up with Armin, man? How do you feel, man? Do you feel bad? What's going on?
He must have done something, man. Didn't he not come through for the UFC? Didn't they ask him to take a fight and he said no?
No, I don't know about that, man. All I know for when this happened, he had a fight against Islam Makhachev for the title. It was the rematch because that was a really close fight. And actually, I thought Sarukian beat him the first time. And then he had that back thing, the day before, and that's when Moicano stepped in, right?
Okay. Yeah. I just think it's bad timing, man. I just he steamrolled Dan Hooker, but I really think it's the first event of the Paramount, and they want to put a name that's gonna put viewers in and watch it, man. I just think he just got the short end of the stick. I think he'll get a title shot. Hopefully he gets the winner of it. But I just see more of a being you know, Dana White and the brass wanting to put a more known name. Armin Sarukian is known to the not just to the casuals, but this guy Patty Pimley, everyone knows him, man. Everyone knows him, and I
Right.
think that's a big way to start the new goal with Paramount. So I think that's to me, I would think that's the main reason why Patty Pimley got the nod.
Yeah, but what do you think of that? Do you think it's I mean, are you
Oh, I think
crying
it's
foul? Because
BS.
okay,
I think I think it's BS, man. Armin Sarukian, man, he looked crazy. He looked crazy. Rolled Dan Hooker up, choked him out. Looked strong. He is definitely the number one contender, man. He is the number one contender. He should have got it. He got the short end of the stick. But what can you do, man? What are you gonna do? So hopefully he gets it on this next one. But who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows what he did or made Dana White mad? Who knows? But he definitely deserves
well,
it to get the nod.
I can speculate that. No, it's not so much a speculation, man. But first of all, he left a bad taste in people's mouths with that pull out, even though if he was, let's say it's for a legit reason, and Dana White would know more than me. I don't know what happened. He said his back was hurt. Yeah, back injuries suck. Don't think you can fight like that, especially a guy like Islam Makhachev. But I did look back, man, and it looked like Sarukian, he was inactive for a long time. And I'm gonna look him up here. So he fought Dan Hooker in November last month. All right.
Yeah.
And then before that, he in April of 2020, the last time he fought before this last fight last month was April of 2024. That's when he beat Oliveira.
Barely, barely, man. That was close.
Yeah, but you see that though, it's like he hadn't fought since 2024, beats Oliveira. I think that's when he became like the number one contender. And
Yeah,
then he fights Hooker more than a year later because of that back. I don't know if it was that back injury or what, but he fought someone. So he fought in December of 2023 against Dariush. Wins by
yes,
first round knockout a minute, and then he doesn't fight until then he fights April of 2024. Okay, that's good, but then he doesn't fight for a whole year, and then he comes back to a Dan Hooker. Here's the thing, man, and I hear what you're saying. It is he's number one. I do think he is the next one next to Taporia, as far as skills go and the meritocracy that people talk about. But when you've been a good fighter for the UFC for so long, like Gagey, and I don't know, Matt. I'm not like I said. I don't think anything's owed, but you cash in those favors, and it looks like Sarukian hasn't given any favors to get any favors, and not that he needs a favor because he is number one, but sometimes that happens, man. When you take these
yeah,
crazy fights, you're entertaining and stuff like that. You build up credibility, you build up some credit, and when the time comes to cash it in, it's like money in the bank, man. You want that title shot?
yeah.
I'm gonna bring the suitcase and throw it down, and I just think that that's kind of what happened. And yeah, man. I mean, the word of the day is subscribers now. That it's not so much pay per view buys, it's subscribers, and that's what's going on with uh with the new era of viewership with the UFC. So I mean, yeah, okay. I'm excited about the card. It'll be what it is. We'll see what happens with Patty. I'm still not ready to. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be hard for me to pick against Justin Gagey because of the bias and
Yeah,
me fanning out on him. So, but as it gets closer, I will decide what I'm gonna do with that. Maybe I'll go against my my own bias on here. Real quick, what do you think of Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunez being put on the as the co-main event to a interim bout underneath Patty Pimblett and Justin Gagey? Do you think it's a big deal? I heard Kayla. She didn't make it. She didn't sound like it was a big deal. She was not letting things get to her.
I think it's a big, big deal. I think it's terrible, man. I hate it. The only person that you should do that for and who they did that for was Conor McGregor. Yeah, Pimblett and Gaethje, it's a great fight. It gets me going, but Jesus, you're talking about Amanda Nunes coming out of the Hall of Fame, killing the greatest female of all time, right? We can agree to that.
Yeah,
Um, fighting against the new, the new face of the women's division, and Kayla Harrison, man, and Kayla's a beast, man, and I just see that total disrespect. It's a real belt. It's a recognized, as the undisputed, and to put an interim title fight above it, man, is just I don't get it. I think they'll change it, man. I really do. But who knows? Again, that Paramount contract,
yeah.
I think that's playing a big, big factor in it. And Patty Pimblett has that pool, and so I think that just has a big factor. But I think it's straight disrespect. I'd be pissed, and I don't know why they do that, man. It's an interim belt, and yeah, make it right. And I don't think they would ever strip Ilya, but you just can't. I don't get it, man. I'm lost at words, and it's straight disrespect.
Yeah, I guess if you're looking for a reason why they did that, and I'll give you about 7.7 billion reasons why they did that, man. Because for the next
Yeah.
7 years, that's how much the UFC is going to be pulling in. Anyways, man, we'll get into UFC 324. We have probably a whole month to get ready because we're staring at the longest layoff of UFC events since the COVID era. So we're gonna get our time to do our research on 324 and do our picks for this one because there's some really good fights. Sean O'Malley, Song Yadong, Waldo Cortez Acosta, Derek Lewis, Arnold Allen, John Silva. Not Grasso anymore. She's out. It's Nadia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. Umar Nurmagomedov, Davison Figueiredo, and Atiba
That's a good one.
Gauthier against Puliayev. That's going to be a great fight. We'll get into it next month, man. You looking forward to it though?
Oh man, yeah, I like Kayla, man. I really like Kayla. I'm seeing how
Yeah.
Amanda comes back. I'm gonna dig into that one because I'm already leaning one way, but I like it, man. It's a big, big, big women's bigger than the. We just had the two lower weight ladies, which I like. I agree too. It was a great fight. I don't know why people were all sad, talking crap, but and then just to come the next month, a month and a half later, with the bigger girls, um, I can't wait, man. I can't wait for this fight. It's an exciting fight.
Yeah, man. You know what? And I'm looking at this card a little bit, and I see the fight card, but I don't. What I don't see is they're not distinguishing between the main and the prelims. Are they just putting it all together? Is it just all one thing now that it's not pay per view? I'm not sure about that.
Man,
That's going to be. I wonder if that changes the dynamic of things a bit. I haven't heard anybody say anything about that because I do want to see some up and comers on even on these big numbered cards, but we'll see
yeah,
what they do
yeah,
with that.
yeah.
All right, man. So before we sign off here, I did want to ask you one little thing, and I'm always bringing her up, but you said that you think that the days of Ronda Rousey are now over. I saw a rumor, and it seems like it's a little bit more than just a rumor that they're talking about. She's talking about taking on a boxing match against Katie Taylor. I know you don't know a lot. I'm not sure you know Katie Taylor very much, but she is a champion boxer. And I mean, what do you think of that? To me, Rousey, it's never been striking that was her strong suit. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, who is Katie Taylor? Is she good?
Yeah, she's good, man. She beat Amanda Serrano like two or three
Oh, so
times on
oh,
those Jake Paul MVP cards.
oh,
I mean,
she's the one that beat
she's
Amanda. She's the one
yeah,
that's been beating her. Okay, okay then.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's an Irish
Oh man.
girl. She is good. She's only lost once, but she's like a unified champion.
And she's won those fights as I don't know. I remember seeing because I watched those fights. I didn't get the name, but she's been an underdog every time and she's won.
I forget if she was the underdog or in
She,
one. I forget. She was the one. I think she was lower weight coming up, and or they were meeting or something like that in meeting in the middle. I didn't follow them quite so closely. I actually thought Serrano won. Like I think they fought like three times,
I
but
think
I
they
thought she
fought three
won.
times.
Yeah, I thought she won the first two, and the last time, but the very last one I did actually see on Netflix, and I thought Katie Taylor won. But I mean, you have a a well-known established boxer against someone like Ronda Rousey. You know, if you give me a better striker from MMA, I'd be like, okay, maybe it's something. But like Ronda, it's never been her strong suit. I don't know what's going on in Ronda right now. It just seems she's, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Why don't she come
I think
back
she
in the
just want.
UFC if she wants to fight?
I think she just wants to get back in the news, man. I don't think we ever see her, man. There's just no way that she fights a championship boxer without, unless it's a big payday,
I'm
you
sure it
know,
is.
it, yeah, big payday. But Jesus, if this girl's a championship boxer and she got beat up by Amanda and Holly Holm, it's gonna be a long night for her. But I don't see it. I'm not buying it. I don't believe Ariel Hawani. So until I see something, and we'll see. But I think she just wants. It's just some get into the news again, but it'll die down soon. I just don't see it, man. Why? Why? You're old now.
Yeah.
You got washed by Amanda when you were young, and now you go back to the gym, get in shape. There's just no way, man. I don't see it. I don't see it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Ronda Rousey if she really just came back and kind of went and started low on if she really just wanted to get back and do some fighting, man, she could take the the veteran, still just fighting the fight type road. I mean, I don't think there's any shame in that, but what I know, once you're a superstar, it's really hard to come back from that.
Yeah, yeah, you can. It's hard to fight just if you're not at the top, man, if you're not fighting the top, if you're a champion to come back to fight just in a regular fight, that's tough, man. That's tough.
Yeah, I know, but some people just love to fight. So speaking of circus fights, man, I know I was gonna let you go right now, but hold on, I got one more thing. Sorry
Okay.
about that. You're I'm about to say you're the biggest boxing fan, but Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul, man. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. And
Yep.
I hope it I hope it's, we've spoken about obviously I go to you for the boxing. If you feel that Jake Paul's fights are somewhat pre what do I want to say
Scripted.
not pre-scripted. I wouldn't say premeditated, but pre-scripted. And yeah, you saying that they don't take dives, but they don't do things to win the fight. Like you mentioned to me what Mike Tyson was doing. Um, so I hope it
Right.
doesn't go that way, man. Because how does a championship boxer like Anthony Joshua, who's bigger, you know, much better in fighting, been through it, a real boxer, a real fighter who's fought real fights, lose to Jake Paul? There's just no way, man. It's impossible to me to see that if it's not rigged, Jake Paul win, not lasting one round, man. If Anthony Joshua comes out like he was gonna fight Andy Reese, Vladdy
Right.
Klitschko back in the day, if he's gonna fight Jake Paul like that, I don't see Jake Paul lasting a minute, man, because there's levels, man, and Jake Paul's over here, and then Anthony Joshua, is a former. Was he undisputed? Did he have all the belts at one time?
He at least had 3 of the 4. I wanna say I think he had 3 of the 4 and he just could never get that Tyson Fury fight. Yeah, I think he had
Yeah,
3 of the 4. I think he's the one
there's
he didn't get was the WBC.
yeah. This is just and Jake Paul makes his own belts, so we'll see, man. I don't
Yeah.
see it. What do you think?
So I had my own opinions about it, and they go and anybody that has experience pretty much is saying the same thing. If this fight is on the up and up, there's absolutely no way Jake Paul could do anything. I mean, he could hit Anthony Joshua could let him hit him, and it won't do anything. To
Yeah,
people don't see. I think people want to believe, and I said this last week. I think people want to believe. They want to believe in Rocky. They want to believe that this guy who's not as good or not as trained or an ordinary Joe can come in and take on a trained, experienced championship fighter, especially in the heavyweight division. And it makes for great television and it makes for a great show and a story and all that. But in real life, man, if you've ever been in that ring, it just is not, it does not happen. It is not real. And for a guy, and one thing we do know for sure is Jake Paul has only been boxing 5 years. 5 years, man. That's I'm sure he has great resources, great trainers, great everything. I know he's athletic because his freaking brother is a stud in the
oh,
WWE. I know, I
he's
believe it.
awesome. He's awesome, man.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
yeah.
Logan is bad, man. I really props to him, man. He's an athlete.
When they started getting famous and they were boxing, and then Logan went to WWE, I'm like, oh, what is this circus? And then I saw him, I was like, holy crap, man, this dude is good.
He's up there,
And
man.
he
He's
was
like,
doing
and
crazy things.
he's up
He's
there
looking
already
like
with
Matt Hardy up
Cena.
there.
Yeah, he's already up there with Cena. With the
Yeah,
last this whole, he's up there with the big dogs, man. Fast, fast.
yeah, but it's deserved. He's good, and
He's good.
he's charismatic. So, but this is a whole different thing. And yeah, you can fight, NBA stars or whoever. That's one thing, but or Chavez Jr. Jesus Christ, Chavez Jr. He's never had it in him, man. But they I saw Helwani talking with Lamont Roach, who should have beat Gervonta Davis, and they gave it to Gervonta Davis, or not gave it, they gave him the draw by gift. Anyways, Lamont Roach, who has a fight coming up this weekend against Isaac Cruz, they asked him, what do you see in that fight? And he said Joshua by murder, and they said, "When do you think it's gonna end?" And they said, "Joshua, if he wanted to end it in 1 minute, he can end it. It's whenever he wants to end it." He said he thinks he might let him kind of go a little bit, but then he'll end up just taking him out real quick. But he can do it whenever he wants, and I agree. Someone like that, they can end you whenever. I can step in
Heck
there with a
yeah.
championship 170 pounder, even if they were older, and I would forget my name for a week or so. It just is it's a whole there's levels. I mean, but you're talking several levels,
Oh,
several
yeah.
infinity levels. You're talking the difference between the valley and Mount Everest here, man. That it's crazy. And
Yeah, man.
I don't think people can get it through their head unless they fight like a real fighter or spar a real fighter. You can't touch them. I try to make it. It's like Von Kaiser in Punch Out, man. He's doing the shadow thing, and you can't catch him. And he's just like, yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't think people understand it. It's hard to understand. I understand. I see that, but yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with that. That's coming up this month in December. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk about it before it gets. We just did, so there's not much else to say about it. And actually, that card has some decent undercards on it. I think Tyron Woodley's fighting Anderson Silva on it.
No way. Jesus.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Woodley's fighting Silva. It was supposed to be what's his name, Weidman versus Silva in boxing,
No
but
way.
it's gonna be Woodley versus Silva. So, oh well, man. No, none of them are holding up belts, not holding up championships.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's
I
watch
don't
it.
mind,
I'll watch that.
I don't mind seeing
And like yeah,
the,
and like I said,
the
MVP Jake Paul, his promotion company actually is pretty good. They do a good job, and I like the look of their cards. So I'm looking forward to that card. I'm not really looking forward to Jake Paul either putting on a show that isn't real or getting destroyed. Which I mean, I don't want the dude to get hurt. So whatever,
he's
that's on
asking for
him, man.
he's asking for it.
Yeah, he is
Yeah,
asking for it, but I would like him to keep his career going. I'm not trying to no one's trying to stop anybody's career. So either way,
yeah.
I already talked about that last week. So but it's always interesting to get the opinion of a person that's not super into boxing and about these circus fights. Cause you know what, at work, that's all they talk about. They talk about they talk about the circus all the time. And I ask more about that than I would about like the Isak Cruz Lamont Roach fight this weekend. Decent fight. All right, man.
Yeah.
So that's all I got this week, and it's good to see you back here. It was good to catch up and go over these fights, man. I hope we didn't put you out for too long there.
No, man, no. But I wanted to ask one question of you, man.
Yeah,
We didn't touch on it. Well, just real quick, just your opinion on it. Speaking of people getting picked to fight who, to fight, cashing in favors. What do you think? People are in a little bit of uproar. Some are happy about it, some are not. About Diego Lopez getting the nod for the next title fight. What do you think about that?
dude. Yeah, that's a good one because yeah, that's after. That's
Yeah.
that's the
So
week after.
we
We
won't
got
pick the
two
fight.
number cards.
Yeah. But so what do you
Yeah,
just
I'm
real
looking.
think real quick? Yeah.
Okay, so you remember when Lopez was like, how many times did he change weight classes? Because in that one fight against, he ended up fighting um Ig- gosh, what's his name, dude?
Ige or
Ige.
who? Okay.
Dude, I can't believe I forgot. So
Dan Ige.
there was Dan Ige, but he was supposed to fight somebody else. And then it was just like I don't know how many times things changed. Ige came out of the crowd and like he was in Saturday Night's Main Event and just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
got into it real quick. Anyways, man, that's what I'm talking about. First of all, Lopez has come to bat for the UFC. He's been a good soldier. And I know LaRon Murphy's upset. And I could care less if Movar Avalov is upset as well. Like Sarukian, Evolov, maybe I'm not so much in the LaRon Murphy. I'm not going to really throw him into this, but you can't just clutch your ranking forever with inactivity and be like, well, I'm number one. I'm the best. I haven't lost in so long, but I've only fought twice in the last 6 years or something like that. If that's the way it's going to be, and you're going to make it like a true ranking meritocracy, then you're going to end up with non-soldiers clutching onto a ranking, waiting a year and a half, pulling a Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor. Like, I'm just waiting for my shot. I'm waiting for my shot forever. Like, why don't you take some fights, man? And oh no, because I'm not going to lose my shot if you don't have the confidence to fight in between a title shot or a money fight, you shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Hey man, like it happens. And as far as like Lopez, man, he's come through. He paid his dues. He fought Silva. He was the underdog. He ended it spectacularly. And then when he gets his little cherry on top, man, when he gets his little just desserts, don't talk crap about it, man. Is it fair? I'm not gonna say it's super fair. I feel bad for LaRon Murphy. I don't feel really that bad for Evilov, but and dude, no one wants to see that, dude. I'm sorry, the guy's good, but Jesus,
Yeah.
And then
He's fine.
and LaRon Murphy, they asked him. I heard him talking too, and he was saying like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to fight Evilov. I don't know if I want to fight the guy he actually is gonna fight now. Um,
He's fighting
who's he fight?
Mosvar.
No, he was supposed to fight him, and then
Oh,
Mosbar, who only shows up for like 50% of his fights, he's always backing out. But now he is gonna fight. I
I
saw
don't
it. I
see.
just saw it. Sterling. I saw that
Wow.
LaRon Murphy's gonna fight Sterling, and they asked him, "Do you want to fight Sterling?" He's like, "I don't know, man." I'm like, "Don't clutch onto your don't clutch onto your ranking, dude. Don't try to stay there, you know." And, because he goes, "Oh, Yair's hurt. He's not fighting anybody. Diego's fighting for the title, and Mozart. No one wants. Whatever, man. Evola, and even if he shows up, you can't take that chance. So now he's fighting Sterling, and he's supposed to fight him on the same card. That's what I saw. I don't
Okay.
know if it's true yet, though.
Someone gets hurt, someone
Well,
can step in. Yeah.
that's that's good. LaRon Murphy, yeah, LaRon Murphy, and if
Yeah.
yeah, Diego Lopez gets hurt or Volk gets hurt, you got LaRon to step in there. Good, that's
Yeah.
good business. I think it's good. I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't care if Diego Lopez gets he didn't stink it out. And and another thing that I saw LaRon Murphy talk about, he's like, I beat Aaron Pico. He was being groomed to be the next title contender, and I beat him. And it is like, dude, that was Aaron Pico's first fight in the UFC. I don't care how good people think he is. It was his first fight in the UFC, man. And you
Yeah.
took out a
Yeah.
Bellator guy.
Yeah. Not
Okay.
even a champion. Not
Big
even a
deal.
champ. Yeah.
Yeah, big deal. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. It is a big deal. You did a good job. It was exciting. I liked it. But beating a Bellator guy doesn't exactly say I get the title shot next. Even though it was spectacular, but unfortunately for him, Diego Lopez did exactly the same thing against a guy like John Silva in that same night. Too bad,
Who
man.
was ranked? Who was
Too bad.
ranked? Yeah.
Yeah,
Who, yeah.
and
And
Silva was favored, and he's a killer.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Diego is still number two. And I thought he beat Volk, man, that first fight. I thought he came back in the later rounds. So I like it, man. I think it's well deserved. I don't see why there's an uproar. Yeah, LeBron was promised, but LeBron's
yeah,
still number four. He's still number four, man. He's even under Yair. And yeah, that fight with Diego and John Silva was just crazy, crazy. So I
yeah.
like it. I like it. I
LeBron,
like it.
all LeBron has to do is beat Sterling, man. If you think you're that good, if you think you can beat Volk, if you think you can beat Diego Lopez, beat Sterling. That's all you got to do, man. And it's straight. It's a lock this time. It should be.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with Evolov. Whatever. That dude, man.
Yeah.
No one wants to take a chance on that. He can clutch
Yeah.
his number one for as long as he wants.
That's crazy.
It's too bad, but that's the way it goes. All right, yeah, I'm not mad about it, man. I'm actually kind of happy about it. I like Lopez.
Cool.
He's a good sport. Cool,
Cool.
man. All right, man. Thanks a lot for coming back and gracing us with your knowledge, man. I think your picks are probably going to be spot on. So I appreciate that, and we appreciate anybody who's watching this episode.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Um,
sir.
and helping out the cause here, coming to the one place, man, the one place they know they can get the real, maybe not the scoop, but they get the real opinion, man, about real people. We don't hold back, and we're not
Sugarcoat.
trying to like build people up here. Yeah, we're not sugarcoat this thing, man. We're not like that. It's not the candy store here. All right. So
Exactly.
yeah. So anyways, like I said, thanks for watching. It's winter time, man. Make sure you're working out. If you haven't got into the gym lately, go to the gym. Go to a combat gym. Go take a jujitsu class. Go take a boxing class, man. Go out there and help the cause out a little bit, man. It doesn't matter if you're competing or not, or just go out there and get that good workout, man. I just got a few new clients. They're trying to get
Nice.
their swerve on in here, and it's really getting a lot better. It's getting I can feel the energy, man. People trying to stay in shape, and that always makes me feel a lot better. So to
Keep it going, man.
all my new trainees, good luck, congratulations for getting in that gym and doing your thing. All right, man. Good show. I appreciate all you guys, and we'll see you guys at the next fight. Thanks.
Peace.